Let me say this carefully, because this isn't dramatic, and it's not something people like to admit. Not every place you walk into deserves your energy. Some environments don't just make you tired. They don't just stress you out. They quietly change who you are. There's no explosion, no obvious breaking point, no moment where alarms go off. It happens slowly, through repetition, through places you keep returning to, rooms you stay in too long, environments that ask you to adjust, and then adjust again. Until one day you realize you don't feel like yourself anymore. If you've ever felt disconnected, numb, or strangely smaller without knowing why, this video will probably feel uncomfortable. And that discomfort is usually awareness starting to wake up. Today, I want to walk you through 7 dangerous places that slowly disconnect you from your true self. Not to judge them, but to help you recognize when it's time to leave. 1. Rooms where you have to pretend. Any place where you can't be yourself has a cost, even if you don't feel it at first. Maybe you soften your opinions. Maybe you hide parts of who you are. Maybe you wear a version of yourself that feels safe. At first, it seems harmless, but pretending is expensive. Because when you wear a mask long enough, your body adapts and your soul goes quiet. Authenticity isn't about oversharing. It's about not abandoning yourself just to belong. If a room only accepts a performance, your real self slowly suffocates behind it. 2. Circles fueled by gossip. Watch what people bond over. When gossip becomes the glue, judgment becomes the language. It feels like connection, but it's not. It's a shared habit of tearing others down to feel temporarily closer. In these circles, truth stays silent. Depth disappears, and peace never lasts. If someone speaks freely about everyone else, assume you're not protected either. Trust isn't built on secrets. It's built on character. 3. Places that worship. Comfort. Comfort feels safe, but unchecked comfort slowly weakens you. Any environment where nothing challenges you, where growth is optional, where discomfort is avoided, will eventually shrink you. Not suddenly, gradually. You stop stretching, you stop questioning, you stop evolving. If you haven't felt challenged in a long time, you're not resting. You're slowly fading. 4. Shallow relationships. Not every conversation needs to be deep, and that's okay. But when all your relationships stay on the surface, something inside you starts starving. Endless jokes, endless distraction, endless noise, but no presence, no honesty, no real connection. You can be surrounded by people and still feel profoundly alone, because loneliness isn't about being by yourself. It's about never being truly seen. 5. Work environments that trade integrity for success. This one is especially dangerous because it looks respectable from the outside. Any environment that asks you to compromise your values for money, approval, or status extracts a hidden cost. Each time you silence your conscience, a part of you disconnects. At first, it feels practical. Later, it feels heavy. Success that costs your integrity always takes more than it gives. And eventually, you stop recognizing who you've become. 6. The social media loop. Social media isn't evil, but it becomes dangerous when it trains you to perform instead of live. You start measuring worth by attention. Validation replaces meaning. Visibility replaces depth. You stop asking, "Is this true for me?" and start asking, "Will this be seen?" If you feel emptier after scrolling than before, this place is shaping you, not serving you. 7. The past. The past can teach you, but it's not meant to be lived in. Reopening old wounds doesn't always heal them. Sometimes it just keeps you stuck. Old versions of you served a purpose. They kept you safe once, but they are not meant to define you forever. You cannot move forward while constantly dragging who you used to be behind you. Growth requires release. Here's the truth. Most people never pause long enough to accept. Self-respect begins with knowing where you no longer belong. You don't owe everyone access to you. You don't need permission to outgrow a place. Leaving isn't weakness. Staying where you're shrinking is. If this resonated, save it. If someone you care about feels lost or disconnected, send it to them. Not every door should be reopened, and not every place deserves the person you're becoming.